What is going on, guys? I am the FD Guru, bringing to you guys a Friday MLB edition of my DFS podcast. We have a huge main slate tonight, 14 games on our docket here. We have all the teams in the MLB playing, with one of those games being earlier at, I think, like 6:40 Eastern. 14 out of the 15 games on this main slate. As usual, I'm going to give you guys a pitcher I'm looking at for value, 2 infield, 2 outfield value bats. Like this video, make sure you're subscribed, and let's kick off our weekend here. Last night, we were all over the right plays, just in weird spots throughout the, hybrid cash GPP lineups. They were all right on the line. Ended up needing Nola over DeGrom. I would not have spent $12,500 on DeGrom if I knew he'd be taken out after 6 innings, and I think he was only 87 pitches in. Nola, the clear-cut better play, was way cheaper. Complete game, what a stud. Hats off to him. I made the wrong play in DeGrom, but, I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, I was picking the best pitcher in the league, and he seems to still be on a little bit of a restriction, which I was misinformed on that. But on to tonight. I got a sale on my website. If you spend $20 on credits, I will add on $10 bonus, just to get us prepped for the weekend. Got some college football starting tomorrow. Excited for that. Give us a little taste as football season has arrived. So for the weather, before I get into my picks, the weather, there's only one game with weather issues, the Rays at the Red Sox. I live outside of Boston, and, we have projected storms throughout the evening. Kevin Roth, my main sports meteorologist that I follow, says it could be dicey, a delay, most likely late start with a cancellation risk. So we're going to leave that game out of it. Really the only game we need to worry about for weather. Pitcher Garrett Cole against Oakland. I mean, if you play DFS, if you know anything about baseball, there's really not much to say here. Oakland is, arguably the worst hitting team in the league. Oakland's stadium, their field, is a huge pitcher's ballpark. He is a massive favorite tonight. 11,000's fine. I mean, I just spent $12.5K on DeGrom. 11,000 just seems cheap for a stud these days now. I will take 11,000 in this spot. He has 60 to 70 point upside. He could go 7 innings. Hasn't had a double-digit strikeout game in a while. I think that's coming tonight. He should absolutely mow down the Athletics. Just an easy play. We'll have to find some value bats. I guess if you wanted to go cheaper, I usually give like a cheaper pitcher in case you want to throw him in a GPP. I would say he's more of a GPP play. He is a good pitcher, but hasn't been good as of late. Vegas likes Freddie Peralta at home against the Cubs. A low 7.5 over under. Again, he just hasn't been great as of late. He did go 6 innings last start, 31. We'll take that at 8,800. You really only need 30 fantasy points. The last few starts before that, not great. But then if you go back, 61 a couple months ago with some 40s in there. So his upside is certainly there. The Cubs are not a threatening offense. His potential's there. His consistency is not there, making him, a sensible GPP option for tournaments tonight. But like I said, Garrett Cole is my safe, cash game go-to guy tonight. I'm not really debating it at this point in time. For the infield, I do these videos earlier in the day. Confirmed lineups aren't out yet. We usually get, some spot starts that we can really spend down on. But these guys should be playing. Daniel Vogelbach, 2,800, should be batting 5th for the Mets. Usually bats 5th against the righty Chad Qual. Nice lefty-righty matchup. The Mets are expected to score some runs tonight. They're over -300 favorites here with Bassett on the mound for them. There's really no reason not to like Vogelbach as a nice little middle tier to low tier value play at 2,800. His average isn't great, but he's got the pop. Seems to find a nice home at Citi Field with the Mets at the trade deadline. He's been, a pretty nice contributor for them. I do like this play. Great upside. Definitely a tournament play. I'm not saying you have to play him in cash game lineups, because he can easily go 0 for 4, but he's a guy that I'm looking at. The Mets are definitely a team to target tonight. Second infield play, Bo Bichette. We had him yesterday. Did not disappoint. 2 for 4. He's on a 4-game hitting streak, 25 fantasy points. Should be batting 5th, somewhere in the top 5 in this lineup. Blue Jays, pretty decent favorites here tonight. Decent over-under of 9. Reed Detmers of the Angels, the lefty. He's been decent, 3.6 ERA. But Toronto's a tough place to pitch in. The Blue Jays, obviously, an elite offense. Bichette should just never be under 3,000. 2,800 is an absolute steal. He was slumping for a little bit, so his price did drop. But over the last few games, he's seen the ball well. 2 extra base hits in those last 4 games. This is a great value play at 2,800. For the outfield, it's been a Phillies, kind of week. Been targeting the Phillies all week long. This is another awesome smash spot for them tonight. Huge favorites, 8.5 over under. They are the best team to stack tonight once again. Schwarber, easy play, 3,300. Too cheap still. He was 3,200 last night. Was a popular play across the board. Hit a dinger. And he should get 4, maybe 5 at-bats. He leads off. Bryce Wilson of the Pirates, not a good pitcher, 2-7 record, high ERA. He is possibly going to be the most owned guy once again tonight. He was like 90% owned in cash games last night. Just not a guy you really want to fade. His power is, fantastic. Just a good spot at 3,300 for the Phillies. You definitely want to try to get other Phillies in there with Schwarber as well. Last play here, again, no lineups confirmed yet. Pollock, he's had a tendency to lead off this year, especially against lefties for the White Sox, and he's been pretty productive for them. The White Sox are, a good favorite here. Tommy Henry, the lefty of the Diamondbacks, should be giving up some hits on the road. 2,500 is a nice value play in the outfield for Pollock. He can hit a home run as well. 4 at-bats, solidified most likely as the leadoff guy, maybe 5. But just let's check back in with the White Sox lineup once it comes out. But I give this a 75 to 80% chance that Pollock is leading off against the lefty for the White Sox tonight. 3 for his last 11. I guess that's not great, but it's just a spot to spend down here tonight. Again, there's going to be other value plays opening up as we get confirmed lineups. But as of right now, Pollock at 2,500 for a White Sox club that is expected to score some runs off Tommy Henry is a good value spend down if you need it in the outfield. That'll sum up today's video, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Let's have a huge Friday here. Looking for a sweep on all fronts. Until next time, I am the FD Guru, and I'm signing off. See ya.